We're back at Snowflake Car Wash. We're going to check another vacuum and see how its brushes are looking. We're going to go through it, give it the overview. We just put a brand new hose on here. We checked the suction. It's right around 80 on our vacuum gauge. We're fixing to check the gaskets. We're fixing to check the bag. And we're going to check the bottom for possible plug issues. Although I don't suspect to find anything wrong with it because we have no indications there's anything wrong. So the plugs are still in there, and a nickel and another nickel. Trash. That's where all the trash is collected. You want to keep these locked up because people will get in them. We're going to check the bags, make sure the bags are looking good. We got 2 bags down. That right there will cut your suction down. So we put these bags back up, probably go back up to 80 because they're only sucking on partial bags. So see these hooks up in here? There's hooks up there for these bags to hook on. So you take these loops here and you just got to feel it on. That one was on. That one's on. So next thing you want to make sure that they're all seated in there properly, which they are. Gasket looks good. Dirt bags were cleaned 11, 19, 19. So you're supposed to clean them once a year. It's coming up in the next month, so we're going to have to take all these dirt bags out, re-clean those. We'll shoot some videos on that. We did some videos last time, how to clean your dirt bags.
Dirt bags.
We are going to do another video in the next month or so. But so that's that. And we're fixing to climb up top and check our brushes. Now you want to keep these locked up. People just don't know when to stay away. So, got those locked up. This one here, these two take a little different. The other over there took a screwdriver to get these off. These are a 7/16 socket to come off. So we're gonna get this off and then we'll be right back at you. All right, we're fixing to check these brushes up here on these vacuums, these J.E. Adams vacuums at Snowflake Car Wash in Dallas, Texas. These are some of the brushes that we're going to attempt to check. It's got a tool in here. This tool is the installing tool and depth checking tool to make sure that your brushes need to be changed. There's a little bitty line right here that indicates that it's getting real close to time to change your brushes. And we'll show you how to do that again in a minute. We're going to take this top off. The tools we're going to need for this is going to be a 7/16 short socket, an interchangeable screwdriver that goes from both ways. You're going to need a pair of pliers, Sharpie pen to note any changes or any updates that we did here. We always like to mark the top of the vacuum to let you know what you've done in the past, so how long ago it's been, you kind of know. So far we've kind of come to the conclusion that these brushes might last 6 or 7 months, so we're going to find out. We're fixing to pop the top. We'll be right back at you. These are the screws you're going to need to take out right here. I think these you don't have to take all the way off. You can just loosen them up. On the other ones you have to take all the way off. These I think you just loosen up and we'll just twist this. Should just be able to twist this, come right off. This one is a little dirtier, so we will clean these every time. All right, let's get our tools and get up there. All right, we're up here at the top of the tower. We're taking a look at things. We're going to wipe it down first off. that's how we do it. Snowflake, we wipe things down real good, and we try to take notes so we know where we're doing. It looks like the brushes were changed on this thing 10/22/19. This one says 10/4/18. So if I'm guessing, I'm going to guess that these brushes are going to be time to be changed. So we're figured that we can get 7 or 8 months out of them. Now we know it's at least a year in certain situations. So, and we've got 2 different kinds up here. So we've got the VMK regular, and then we got the other ones over here with the other kind in it. So you're going to get to see how we do both of those, how we check both of those. And as you can see here, we have a gasket that's pulling out right here. That gasket is not pulled out all the way yet, but it's trying. This one over here is doing the same. As you can see right here, it's came out, it's pulled out. So that's going to tell me that we're going to have to replace both gaskets, right along with probably both brushes. So this will be a full service deal. When we get through here, we should be sucking 80 on that vacuum gauge. So let's start with doing the brushes, because it's going to be a lot easier to do your brushes while it's bolted down, because your motors are being held in place, so it makes it a little easier to. Generally, I would suggest that you turn the power off to these things while operating them, but you don't have to. But the good thing is, as long as you don't have no quarters going in, there's going to be no power coming up here. Even though you have power coming to the machine, there will be no powers at the motors, so you're pretty good. So let's get right to it and find out if these brushes here need to be changed, which I bet they do. So it appears, pop this off. This one, you just spread your fingers right in here, pop that side loose. Do the same thing over here. You put your fingers in here like this, pop that loose, pop that off. So now we got that off, we will check and see if our brushes need to be changed, which I'm betting they do. Here is the tool that we showed you earlier. This is the installment tool and the checking tool. It has a scribe mark right here showing how deep it should go. So you stick it in right here in the back of the brush, and this one goes in right to the line. So they will go past the line a little bit, but this one here goes right to the line, and this one here goes in right to the line too. So we're going to go ahead and change these. Even though they have a little life left in them, we're going to go ahead and change them. Let me go get some brushes. These are the brush kits for this particular style here. You have 2 different styles here, so you're going to see both kinds. This one's just a little different than the ones we're going to change out on this one, but I'll show you how it goes. You need to be very careful when you're opening these up. These are just some kind of graphite, and they break off real easy. They break off in there, you got to start over and get a new package. So you always want to be very careful when you're opening these up, and open them up with an X-Acto knife. Do not try to rip them open. You will be buying another set for $5. You'll be very careful getting this plastic off here, because that will break them too. So there's the plastic. So there's your 2 brand new brushes. Show you how to extract these other ones. This one and this one are just a little different on how you take them apart. So right here you've got two screws on the back on both sides. So you got 4 screws here. Got those 2 screws right here. All right, so we're going to take those 2 screws out. The other ones are a little easier to change. These ain't really hard, just a little more involved. So we're gonna get these 2 screws out. I'll show you what a good used one looks like that's not wore out completely and it's still operating, but it's fixing to go out. So that's what that alignment tool right here shows you. That alignment tool right there tells you when it's about time. And a lot of people will take these off and go back in and do it in the shop. I don't know why you'd need to do that. You can just do it right here on the shelf. So what you do, this is clipped in right here. You just leave that clip in there. You're just going to slide this out. That's right there is how much left of the brush. This is a new brush, and that is an old brush. So yes, it may have had another week or 2 left in it, but since we're here checking them, we're going to go ahead and replace them. You can throw this in your scrap deal, and on an emergency situation, if you have to, you can put that in for a few days and still use this. So we'll put that one over there. So now we're going to slip this new one in, and this little clip here goes down. There's a little clip there. That little clip places down into a groove in there, so you just slide that sucker right in there, and then it goes right in place like that. Get your screws back in. And that there is a successful brush replacement on that side. So we're going to replace the other side, and then we're going to come back at you. And then we're going to... Now you've got your 2 brand new brush skits in here. Snap this back on. And that side's done. So we're going to do this side now. This is where this little alignment tool comes into play. There's 2 little plastic clips on each side. You just spread them apart, stick this in here into the crack, spread it apart like that, pop it up. Same thing over here, slide it in the crack, spread them apart, pop it right up, and off it comes. Now we're going to slide our tool in here and see how these look. Alright, well, these are pretty good. Yeah, that one's almost, but yeah, we're not going to replace these because these still have a little life left in them. As you can see, these others had just a little life left in them too. But we're going to go ahead and leave these. We're going to work on the gaskets next. That'll be another video.